Thursday Night Lacrosse as we welcome you into Dragon Stadium, where the Lake Orion varsity lacrosse team welcomes in crosstown rival, the Rochester Adams Highlanders. Hello, everybody. I'm Dawson Wolf, your play-by-play commentator tonight. Alongside me is first time in the booth, Jamison Fanning.
Thank you. I'm James Fanning. I will be your color commentator for the night. So, we've got a good game ahead of us. As we've known, the Lake Orion Dragons have had a shaky couple last games,
As we go into a timeout, from what I've seen, the Hart brothers have been nothing but Lake Orion's worst nightmare. On one hand, you have the older brother, Antonio, who has been a goalie who's basically been a wall of steel. They haven't been able to get anything past him except that really early goal. And on the other hand, you have Rico, who somehow keeps getting the ball and keeps getting super close runs towards Lake Orion's goal. These two brothers, number 1 and 2 for Rochester Adams, have been nothing but a pain in Lake Orion's side, and they need to figure out something to do about both of them. That may seem like not much time, but in the game of lacrosse, anything can happen at any moment. Every second counts.
And we're back here for the second half action between the Lake Orion Dragons and the Rochester Adams Highlanders. Jamie, what's your second half predictions here between these two teams?
I don't know. It could go something like the first, because to say that it was rocky for Lake Orion in the beginning would be an understatement. But we'll see what happens.
What do both teams have to improve on in the second half?
Well, I know for sure that Lake Orion needs to improve our defense. Our defense has been really shoddy this whole time. They've been outmaneuvered, outflanked, and really outplayed. I mean, specifically by Rico Hart, but by other players as well. We have seen Rochester Adams get right past the Dragon defense. I don't call it a comeback, but getting a goal already in just a second over a minute is pretty promising for the Dragons, I'd say.
Great start so far the second half for the Dragons.
Let's keep it up.
1 minute for slashing.
Rochester Adams is going to be shorthanded yet again. 1 minute for slashing. That's going to be number 10 taking a knee for Adams, Jack Myers. So the Dragons have another great opportunity to decrease the Adams Highlanders' lead.
Their biggest challenge with this is going to be getting past Hart.
That's right. He's been outstanding so far this game.
Despite his short stature compared to his teammates, he is a wall.
6-4 here with 2:10 remaining here in the third quarter. As the Dragons break out of this timeout. Jamie, what could they be talking about down there?
Honestly, I think what they're talking about mostly is just getting their offense more coordinated, because it seems that their main strategy has just been to fire off as many shots at Hart and the goal as possible and just hope that a couple of them go in. It doesn't seem like there's been as much strategy on how to, say, outmaneuver the goalie and get a goal that way. It's just been throw multiple and hope some of them stick.
You got 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You need 3. You need 2 to force it to overtime. You're the Dragons. What are you doing here, Jamie?
So, if I was the Dragons, what I would be doing right here is what I think they need to do is they need to come up for both offense and defense a sound strategy. Because on the defensive side, they've seen men from Rochester Adams, such as Rico Hart and Joey Shallow, just run circles around them and get goal after goal because they've just been outmaneuvered. And on the offensive side, they need to come up with a strategy to get past Antonio Hart. I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record here, but Antonio Hart is a wall, a brick wall built right in front of their goal. And they need to come up with some sort of plan to get around him because they know that they ain't going to be able to get through him.
Here are the Dragons right now. Sam Haynes has got 2 of your goals tonight. You got to keep him out for the full 12 minutes.
Absolutely. He has been the most consistent player, at least when it comes to scoring and offense, for the Dragons tonight. He could be their key to clinching the victory from the Highlanders.
He was key for the hockey team this past winter. Could he be the savior for the Lake Orion lacrosse team here in the final 12 minutes? We're about to find out as Lake Orion jogs back onto the field for the final quarter of play.
Dragons have had really bad luck tonight with shooting. They've made many more shots than Adams, but have gotten less scores. So, either it gets blocked by Hart without him even breaking a sweat, or they happen to go wide or go just straight over the net. Now, with just over 9 minutes remaining, Lake Orion needs to get at least 1 goal to tie it up, 2 goals to win it outright and not have to go to overtime. Now, if I were them, I would try to focus hard on that offense. Because, well, for one, we need to score, but secondly, their defense, like, Adams' main strength has been their goalie and their defense. And so what they need to do is they need to figure out how to, I've said it before, Lake Orion needs to figure out how to outmaneuver Adams' defense and their goalie to make sure that they can get those 2 goals before the 9 minutes are up.
He takes it down the left hash, has a lane, shoots and scores! Cross Papadillas ties the game at 6 for the Dragons.
This is what the Dragons have been waiting for. This is their opportunity to finally bring it to their lead. They have been down behind Adams for almost the entirety of this game. This is their moment to finally just bring it all home.
Cuts back, drives towards the net. He still has it. Fire, scores! Jackson Vasquez!
Exactly what Lake Orion needed.
39.9 seconds remain in the game, and the Dragons take a 7-6 lead over the Rochester Adams Highlanders.
From being down and almost out to in the lead. This game has been nothing short of a miracle for the Dragons.
To be able to storm back to get the game even, knotted up at 6, and then to take the lead with under 40 seconds remaining.
It's unheard of.
If you're Rochester right now, you got to get something going here quickly. You're the Dragons right now. You got to be guarding, double teaming number 2, Rico Hart.
If anyone's going to bring down the lead the Dragons have, it's going to be him.
Back behind the net, there's Sierra. 24 seconds on the clock. There's the man you got to watch out for, Rico Hart. Trying to find the lane. 15 seconds remain on the clock. He fires and scores! Rico Hart ties the game at 7 with 10 seconds to go.
The nightmare for Lake Orion, Rico Hart strikes again at 10 seconds left.
And we just literally called that 30 seconds ago. You got to watch out for Rico Hart. He just tied the game. His fourth goal tonight.
As I said, if someone was going to score for Rochester Adams in those last 40 seconds, it was going to be Rico Hart. And who just did it? Number 2, Rico Hart.
Now,
that was the underdog story of the year. Oh, more so the comeback story of the year. To see Lake Orion down 5-2 at one point and come back to win 8-7. That's not something you see normally in a season.
that's right. Talk about Antonio Hart locking down the Dragons for pretty much 3 quarters.
His younger brother, Rico Hart, getting the first 3 goals for the Rochester Adams Highlanders and being a constant threat to Lake Orion's defense.
And that'll do it from us here at Dragon Stadium. The Dragons comeback victory 8-7 over the Rochester Adams Highlanders. From my partner Jamison Fanning, and I'm Dawson Wolf. So long, everybody.
Hello and welcome. We are with Dragon Broadcasting, reporting from the Lake Orion football field. Here we have varsity Lake Orion lacrosse versus Dakota today. I'm Raymond Valentine, and next to me is Jamison Fanning. How are you doing today, Jamie?
Oh, I'm doing fine, Raymond. How are you doing?
I'm doing quite fine myself. It's a lovely day outside. It's a bit warmer than I anticipated. Probably should have dressed a bit less, I'll be honest, but I'm doing good.
And we're ready for a wonderful game of lacrosse.
Yeah, judging by the last one I was at, you were there too, around a week ago. I'm looking forward to it. That was a great game, and I've heard this team has been playing very well. I've been talking to a few of the players around the school, and I must say, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. We just came back after a 10-6 win against Warren de La Salle, so we're doing pretty well right now. But also, Dakota is coming off of a 6-5 win against Utica Eisenhower, and both teams are pretty evenly ranked, I'll say. Yeah. So this will be a competitive game, and I can't wait to see what both teams do to counter each other.
A nice goal from a 1-4-1 formation. One behind the goal, four right in front of the goal, and one back in the midfield, trying to wait sure just in case that the other team got the ball and was able to run back. Pretty risky strategy, actually, because if you miss, there's only one person behind the goal to catch it, and if the other team gets it, there's only one person to defend against them. So really good that they were able to actually get a goal off of it as they're in timeout. So Lake Orion's been doing a pretty good strategy right now of keeping the pressure on Dakota.
Absolutely.
They have just kept taking the ball back whenever they've had any chance of losing it, and just kept throwing it at that goal, which can be risky, but the fact of the matter is it's been working so far.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, they're up 2-0, and like I said before, getting shots off, you always like to see it. If you can get an open guy, line it up, I mean, that's all you can ask for, really.
I know they say that the best offense is good defense, but it looks like in this game the best defense has been a good offense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Two really good teams. It just seems that currently the Dragons have just gotten luckier. They've had more opportunities given to them to be able to get goals.
Yeah, I agree. They've been running similar formation the entire time. I believe they changed it up around the 5-minute or 4-minute mark.
Yeah, there
two
seems
guys
to
in
be
the
a
back.
weird hybrid between a 1-4-1 and a 2-3-1. But that's the thing that's amazing about lacrosse, is that the strategies are so fluid because the gameplay is so quick that you can see like plays change on a dime, really, and just change to suit whatever is needed at that moment. Yeah, wonderful fast break from Trey Edwards, I think that was number 2, who got the ball. Just went coast to coast, really, all the way up the field.
Yeah.
Not something I was expecting with how Lake Orion's defense has been playing so far, but...
Yeah, but we see a penalty on the field here.
30-second technical for delay of game.
It's a 30-second technical foul for a delay of game.
Not what you want to hear if you're Dakota right now.
Absolutely, especially since they were just getting a good push.
And they're 3 down. This is not a point in time where you want the ball to go back to Lake Orion and to be a man down.
Yep, Jack, I mean, could have a shot here, and he hits it right in the back of the net. It's the 5th goal of the day for the Dragons. I believe that is the first for Sam Haynes.
Lake Orion goal scored by number
Again,
21,
still great offense, and we're still very early into the second quarter. Lake Orion is absolutely they're beating these Cougars down.
Absolutely.
In great fashion.
This is a very different Lake Orion than what we've seen before. Like I said earlier, the Dragons for most of the season this year have been a second half team where they've had to wait to gain momentum, but they've just been playing this first half, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's true, and we're going to see Dakota win the faceoff here. Another great defensive play, and a goal! Another goal is for the Dragons.
Turnaround rate on these Lake Orion Dragons? What did they do with the old Lake Orion Dragons? Where did they go? Where did these guys come from? And why didn't they come in sooner?
I'm as surprised as you. Lake Orion is on fire today. That is another Kyler Carson goal. That's his 3rd goal of tonight.
Assist to number 39, Cole.
6 goals from Lake Orion, 0 from Dakota.
And we're not even halfway through the second.
No, we're not.
I'm very impressed. That came from a great defensive steal on Lake Orion's behalf, and they turned it right into a goal. And it seems, are they going to have possession again? They're fighting for it, and Dakota takes the ball. It is Trey Edwards taking it up, and it looks like we have a penalty. Oh, he's going to take a shot, and Dakota gets their first goal of the game. Trey Edwards, he sees a shot that he likes, and he takes it. That is one of their few shots, I'd say. Only 3 shots maybe of tonight, or 4. And
I think that's what we call karma.
I guess that's true. But that was a great shot from Trey Edwards. And hey, if they've only shot 4 times, they've made 25% of their shots. Love to hear it.
Hey, fair enough.
Cross Papadelis at midi. Seems you run in. I think he wants to take a shot for himself, and he does. Cross Papadelis with the 7th goal for Lake Orion Dragons. I believe that is his 2nd goal of the night. This is very impressive gameplay from all the Dragons.
This is not what I was expecting when I came into the press box tonight. I was not expecting the Dragons to just go hard from the beginning and get a 7-1 lead before the second half is even over, and yet here we are.
Yeah, me too. And there's still a good amount of time left in the second quarter. It's not like we're approaching halftime so soon. There's
Still got 5 minutes left.
Around 5 minutes. And what seemed to be a Lake Orion possession, Dakota hinders it a bit. And another one of these
Pile-ups, as I like to call them.
Another pile-up.
Lake Orion's offense this game, I know we've brought it up multiple times, but genuinely, I do not know where this came from. But I am all for it. We have hit hard and we have hit long. And we have kept hitting. And it has been working wonders for our team.
Yeah, the scoreboard shows it. Have another pile up here. Lake Orion quickly scoops it up. That is Braden Brown for the Dragons. Pass it to Jackson Vasquez. A bit of a fumble there, but
Making a quick break past Dakota's midfielders.
Yeah, and that is Kyler Carson. Wow, Kyler Carson. He scores again, his fourth of the game.
We have had some star players this game. We've had Kyler Carson. We've had Cross Papadelis. We've had Sam Haynes.
We've had a great show of athleticism from these Dragons. And we were just talking about the Cougars trying to break the Dragons down, try and switch the morale up, but the Dragons with that score, that's got to hurt. 9-3, Lake Orion.
Our players have been doing good, and they've been doing really well as a team. They've been making sure to work together to communicate, to make sure that they don't give Dakota as many offenses to get the ball back and to make as many plays as possible.
Assist to number 4, senior Cross Papadelis.
If you're a member of the Dakota Cougars, this is not at all what you want to see. I can only assume that at this point, they are playing from a place of desperation. A 10-4 lead, you still need 6 goals to come back and tie it up to go to overtime in 10 minutes. Yeah. This is not a position you want to be in the fourth quarter of the game.
Jamison Ray taking it up after the Lake Orion Dragons victorious face-off.
Timeout, Lake Orion.
And that's a timeout from Lake Orion. We have around 4 minutes left. Around 4 minutes left. Still 12-6, Lake Orion Dragons. So what are you thinking right now? What do you got?
I've really got that the Dragons don't have to do much anymore except for just keep up like a bit of pressure, because it's so close that it's gotten to the point where Dakota to come back and at least tie, not even to win outright, but to tie and take it to overtime, would need to start scoring at a rate that is just not feasible with the defense that the Dragons have been putting up. I don't think they're able to score every 40 seconds. We haven't seen something like that yet, and I don't think we're going to see it. Especially not at this point down to the wire where the Dragons are going to be playing some of their hardest. Maybe not their hardest, so to say, but they're going to make sure that Dakota isn't able to come back from it.
Yeah, I'd want to try and get my victory too if I was the Dragons. They've played very well, and I'd say they've earned it.
Absolutely. As I've said, they have grown exponentially since we saw them playing a constant game of catch-up last Thursday on Cinco de Mayo against the Rochester Adams Highlanders. This is a very different Dragon team. They have changed and grown so much that I think this is a well-deserved 6-point lead.
Ooh, and that is a goal for Lake Orion, Brady Drury. That pushes their lead a bit further.
If I was a Cougar, my morale would be just gone at this point. It's gotten to the point where they are crossing the event horizon. They've crossed the point of no return. I do not think it is possible for them to come back and win in 3 minutes with what we've seen from the Dragons and from them. I just don't see it happening in any universe.
Yeah, they're 7 points down in 3 minutes.
I know I've said it twice, maybe 3 times now, but I'm still astonished by how much we've seen the Dragons change and just how much better they're playing now after only a week. Exactly 7 days it's been since that mess on Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
To them just utterly dominating. They've been in the lead this entire game.
Yeah, they put up a great show. I'm sure all the Lake Orion fans are happy to see this team playing the way they are.
Absolutely. Definitely one of the high points of their shaky season, so to say.
Maybe a last-minute try for a shot like there, and he scores. Tyler Baker scores
To add
Under-
insult to injury.
under 5
against
seconds.
the
There's
Cougars.
under a second left on the clock. 14-6 Lake Orion. Multiple goals from Tyler Baker, multiple goals from multiple players on Lake Orion.
Goal scored by senior number 3, Tyler Baker.
That was dirty. That was adding salt in the wound.
For Dragon Broadcasting, I am Raymond Valentine.
And I'm Jamison Fanning. We hope you have a wonderful night tonight.